Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Meg Raconteur. In this video I'm gonna tell you the story about the Cossack Labour Corps in the First World War during the British colonial rule, 1917.
During World War I, 1914 to 1918, under British colonial rule, the Kharsi people from the hills of Meghalaya, then part of Assam, participated primarily as non-combatant labourers rather than frontline soldiers. They were recruited into the Indian Labour Corps, a unit formed by the British in 1917 to address manpower shortages for logistical support on the Western Front in France and other theatres like Mesopotamia. These recruits came from tribes classified as non-martial races by the British, and their involvement was part of a broader effort that saw around 21,000 men from northeast India enlisted in various labour corps. The Kharsi's contributions included essential tasks such as building roads, laying railway tracks, handling ammunition, portering supplies, and other support roles near the front lines, often under dangerous conditions exposed to enemy fire and harsh weather. Recruitment and scale. Recruitment for the Kharsi Labour Corps began in early 1917, with around 2,000 Kharsi and Jaintia men enlisted during a Presbyterian church assembly in Morphlong, March 1 to 4, 1917. Promises of freedom from bonded labour, known as Bigar, tax exemptions for Jaintia Hills residents, and adventure motivated many to join. On April 16, 1917, 969 Kharsi and Jaintia men departed from their homeland, travelling via Calcutta and Madras before heading overseas. The corps was initially designated as the 26th Kharsi Labour Corps and later divided into 4 companies, the 22nd, 34th, 55th, and 56th Kharsi Labour Companies, each comprising approximately 500 men. By December 1917, around 700 to 800 survivors had returned home, but many faced unfulfilled promises and a lack of recognition, as they were not classified as war heroes due to their labourer status. Leadership and accompanying figures. The Kharsi Labour Corps was commanded by European officers Herbert Cunningham Clougston and F.B. Wilkins. They were accompanied by David Stephen Davies, a Presbyterian missionary, and Rev. Shai Rabu, a Kharsi preacher who served as interpreters and chaplains to support the men's spiritual and linguistic needs. Challenges and casualties. The Kharsis endured significant hardships, including displacement, unfamiliar climates, inadequate clothing, and psychological trauma from isolation in foreign lands. They lived in bell-bottom tents housing 12 to 15 men each and faced dangers like disease and enemy action. A total of 67 Kharsi men died during their service, with graves scattered in France and other locations. Their experiences also had long-term cultural impacts, contributing to the spread of education, Christianity, and political awareness among Kharsi communities. Memorials and recognition. The sacrifices of the Kharsi Labour Corps are commemorated by the Mot Fran, or Stone from France, monument in Shillong, inaugurated in 1924 at Yuda Market. It bears the names of the 67 deceased and a Latin inscription from Horace, Dulce et decorum ist pro patria mori, it is sweet and fitting to die for one's country. Though renovated recently, the memorial is often overlooked and used more as a street marker. Another memorial stone exists in Jo Y, West Jaintia Hills, erected by traditional chiefs. EC for C37. The 2018 documentary Because We Did Not Choose by Wonfrang K. Ajengdo revives these stories through interviews, archival footage, and personal accounts, highlighting the pluralities of memory and lack of historical acknowledgement. Notable individuals. Specific names of Kharsi participants are limited in historical records, but some are documented through memorials and personal stories. Deceased, partial list inscribed on the Mot Fran monument: Linka, Kerwai Sinteng, Nakshi, Kanmanga, Sholishan, Ren Singh, Don Marbanyang, Kurdit, Jawalang, Paho Thaba, Muluk Nong Grum, Mohan Kairiam, Likshan War, Hamu Marwine. KDEP Kongsa Point. This is not exhaustive, the full monument lists all 67. Survivors and participants: Bragio Monik Saim, a Kharsi Jaintia resident who served overseas, Ko Shilla and Siangla, remembered for bringing a church bell back from France, Bar Cliff, died during the initial journey. While the Kharsi's role was crucial to the Allied war effort, Their stories have often been marginalized in broader Indian and British histories of World War I, overshadowed by combat narratives from other regions. This participation reflects the broader colonial dynamics, where indigenous groups from India contributed significantly but received little post-war reward or autonomy.